The Woodsman vs. the Notloc by Colton Dennis. The Woodsman is transported back in time with a military team. They find out he's in 1935 with someone who wants to take him to hell. 1935 footsteps walking. Other footsteps are running. Jade breathes heavily, then stops. Twig snaps. Jade gasps. "Who's there, John? Is that you?" John's body falls in front of Jade. "Oh my God, John!" Jade walks backwards into a figure. "Please. No!" yelled Jade. Footsteps walking away. Car driving. "Hey, the hotel's up here. Take the next right," said Kenneth. Car drives past. Twig snaps. The Notloc growls. Maria looks out the window, then sees a figure. "Hey, someone's in the woods," said Maria. Car stops. Doors open. "The hotel looks new," said Candace. "Excuse me, sir, could we have some help?" asked Kenneth. "Certainly, Oscar, help these young people. Then come to my office." "I'm Kevin Guy, and you three are?" asked Kevin. "I'm Kenneth Mitchell, my girlfriend Candace, and my sister, Maria," said Kenneth. "Well, if you need anything, just ask me for Oscar. We're the only ones here. And by the way, I'm the owner of this hotel." "After what happened," said Kevin. "What happened?" asked Candace. "Oh, nothing. I just have one rule. Don't go into the woods," said Kevin. "Don't worry, we won't," said Kenneth. 1986 footsteps walking. "Sir, we've caught him." "What are we going to do?" asked man 1. "Hang him. If he lives, burn him," said Sergeant Burt. "Yes, Serg." "Roll him down," said man 1. Cart being pushed with the Woodsman on it. "What are we doing?" asked man 2. "We're going to kill this fucker," said man 1. Both men 1 and 2 put rope around Woodsman's neck. Man 1 nods. Lever gets pulled. The Woodsman falls. Rope tightens. "All right, let's go," said man 2. Both men, 1 and 2, start walking away. Rope snaps. Both men 1 and 2 look. Rope's broken. We need to leave," said man 1. Both men 1 and 2 turn around. The Woodsman throws rope at man 2, then pulls it. Man 2 falls. "Help, please," said man 2. The Woodsman appears. Man 1 runs. Man 2 stands up, then runs. The Woodsman breaks a pipe and then throws it. The pipe goes through man 2's chest. Man 2 gasps. The Woodsman pulls out the pipe, then walks away. "Sergeant, open the door." "He's coming, Sergeant." "No, please don't," said man 1. Pipe goes through man 1's mouth into the door. Gun cocks. The door breaks down. The Woodsman walks inside the room. Shotgun fires. The Woodsman falls. Sergeant Burt walks slowly out of the room, then runs down the hallway. Woodsman sits up. Walkie-talkie static. Burt calling Frank. "Do you read me?" asked Sergeant Burt. Walkie-talkie static. 10-4, what is it?" asked Frank. "Get you and your team up here." "The Woodsman is killing again," said Sergeant Burt. "Roger, that team." "Sergeant Burt needs help. So, grab your weapons." "We're going hunting," said Frank. Guns cocking. Footsteps running. Footsteps walking. "Frank, where are you?" asked Sergeant Burt. "We're on our way, sir." Vanessa and Olivia, go around. Take the fire escape steps. If you see anything, fire. But watch out for Sergeant Bert, said Frank. Footsteps walking. Sergeant, keep an eye out, said Vanessa. Footsteps walking. The door creaks open. Vanessa, over there. Sergeant, is that you? Asked Olivia. The woodsman appears, then swings the pipe. Olivia pulls Vanessa away. The pipe hits the wall and then gets stuck. Fire. Guns firing. The woodsman falls. Vanessa kicks the woodsman. We've got him. Keep your gun on him, said Vanessa. Footsteps running. Nice work. Vanessa, where's Sergeant Bert? Asked Frank. The door creaks open. All four pointing guns. Sergeant, is that you? Asked Olivia. The woodsman sits up. All four are walking toward the door. The woodsman pulls out a pipe from the wall. Gun fires. The woodsman falls. All four look. Let's get him out of here, said Sergeant Bert. All five are carrying the woodsman into the room. Hey, Serg, what's this? Asked Victoria. That's my new invention. It's a time machine. I wanted to see if it worked. But I never got the chance, said Sergeant Bert. The woodsman sits up, grabs Frank, and then throws him into the girls. Sergeant Bert pulls out the gun. The woodsman punches Sergeant Bert. Sergeant! Frank stands up, then accidentally pushes the button. The time machine turns on. Get away from him, said Frank. The woodsman punches Frank. Frank falls. The woodsman looks, then picks up the axe. Sergeant Bert tackles the woodsman into a time machine. Both Sergeant Bert and the woodsman disappear. Serg, where's he going? Asked Vanessa. In there, said Olivia. Look, he's going back to 1935. We need to save Serg. Grab as many weapons as you can, said Frank. 1935 light appears. Both Sergeant Bert and the woodsman fall. Sergeant Bert groans, then coughs. What the? Where am I? Asked Sergeant Bert, standing up, then walks away. The woodsman sits up, then walks into the woods. People laughing. That was really funny, said Maria. Well, I like when you laugh, said Oscar. Footsteps walking into the hotel. Yes, how may I help you? Asked Kevin. I don't know. Wait, what is this place? Asked Sergeant Bert. The J. Notloc Hotel, sir. Would you like a room? Asked Kevin. Did you just say J. Notloc, as in Jonathan Notloc Hotel? Kevin nods. This is bad. Is it the year 1935? Asked Sergeant Bert. Yes, sir, said Kevin. Listen, I'm from the future, said Sergeant Bert. Yeah, like you are from the future, said Kevin, laughing. All right, what does my license say? My birth date is February 27th of 1947, said Sergeant Bert. That's weird. What's the future like? Asked Oscar. I can't say, but I need to get back to 1986. Before something happens. Elevator dings. Candace walks off the elevator. Wait, is her name Chloe Notloc? Asked Sergeant Bert. No, I heard she moved. That's Candace Notloc, Chloe's cousin, said Maria. The story's true. If her last name is Notloc, he'll be coming. Excuse me, Miss Ma'am, please wait up, said Sergeant Bert. Candace runs. Sergeant Bert chases Candace. Help! Some freak is following me, said Candace. Wait, miss, hold up. Sergeant Bert grabs Candace's arm. Candace screaming. "Please calm down," said Sergeant Bert. Kenneth appears, then punches Sergeant Bert. Sergeant Bert goes unconscious. 1986 ready, one at a time. "I'll go first," said Frank, walking into the time machine. "I'm next," said Vanessa, walking into the time machine. Both Olivia and Victoria follow. 1935 light appears. All four fall, then groan. "Where are we?" asked Olivia. "This is 1935. "Let's go find the sergeant," said Frank. "Shouldn't we split up?" asked Victoria. "Yeah, good idea. Vanessa and Victoria, check at the hotel. Olivia and I will search the woods. We'll meet at the hotel. And remember, we're back in his territory again," said Frank. Both Frank and Olivia are walking into the woods. Both Vanessa and Victoria are walking towards the hotel. Footsteps walking. Boy 1 and Girl 1 are kissing. "This is beautiful," said Girl 1. "You are the beautiful one," said Boy 1. Girl 1 takes off her shirt, then giggles. Both Boy 1 and Girl 1 are kissing again. Twig snaps. "Hey! I think someone's out there. Go check it out, please," said Girl 1. "All right, stay here. Give me a minute." Boys 1 walks into the woods. Twig snaps. Rope goes around Girl 1's neck. Girl 1 screams. "Hold on, I'm coming." "Oh, my God!" Twig snaps. "Who's out there? Show yourself," said Boy 1, walking backwards into the tree, then turning around. Axe goes into Boy 1's stomach. The woodsman appears, then jams the axe further into Boy 1's stomach. Boy 1's torso falls. The woodsman walks away. Footsteps approaching. Deep voice. "Woodsman, you have finally come. But this won't be your moment," said the Notloc. Sergeant Bert is groaning. "People talking." "He's awake," said Oscar. Sergeant Bert sits up. "Who punched me?" "Who?" Kevin points to Kenneth. "Nice punch. I'm sorry if I scared you. I just needed to talk to you." "Now, is your name Candace Notloc?" asked Sergeant Bert. "Yes, why do you ask?" asked Candace. "Did you ever hear of the Notloc? He kills family members," said Sergeant Bert. Footsteps approaching. "Serg, are you all right? Keep an eye on them." "Sergeant, where'd he go?" "Serg, where's the woodsman?" asked Victoria. "I have no idea. He was right next to me, in the woods." "Where's Frank and Olivia?" asked Sergeant Bert. "They're in the woods, looking for you." "Come on, Serg." "So who are they?" asked Vanessa. "Well, that's Kenneth, Maria, and Candace Notloc," said Sergeant Bert. "Is she related to him?" asked Victoria. "I'm sure. Let's go find Frank and Olivia," said Sergeant Bert. Footsteps walking. "Keep an eye out. Guns cock. Wait. Get down, I think I see someone over there. Stay here, I'll go around and lead him to you." "Just look in that direction," said Frank, walking into the darkness. "Frank, I think it's coming." Footsteps approaching. "Hold it, don't move. Gun cocks." Footsteps stop. "Frank, where are you?" asked Olivia. Evil laughter. Olivia turns around. "You entered the wrong territory, sweetie," said the Notloc, swinging nailbat. Nailbat decapitates Olivia. Olivia's head rolls. Footsteps walking. "Olivia, Olivia, oh no." Evil laughter. Frank raises his gun. Who's there? Footsteps walking. Show yourself. Nail bat hits the gun. Gun falls. What the hell? Frank pulls out a knife. Come on, said Frank. Deep voice. I'm over here. Why are you in my woods? Asked the Notloc. I came to kill the woodsman. Who are you? Asked Frank. I'm the Notloc, and the woodsman is mine, said the Notloc, pulling out his sword. Frank goes to run. The woodsman appears. Frank stops. Holy shit, said Frank. Woodsman swings his axe. Frank ducks, then runs towards the hotel. Woodsman, it's time to die. The Notloc swings the sword. Woodsman swings his axe. Both the axe and the sword collide. You're strong, but I'm stronger. The Notloc kicks the woodsman. The woodsman goes into a tree. Get up, you piece of shit, said the Notloc, swinging his sword. The woodsman catches the sword, then punches the Notloc. The Notloc falls, then groans. The woodsman walks towards Notloc. The Notloc looks, grabs the nail bat, then hits the woodsman. The woodsman falls. Footsteps running. Guys. Footsteps run into the hotel. Serg, thank God. Are you all right? Asked Frank. Yeah, where's Olivia? Asked Victoria. She's dead. Serg, he's back, said Frank. Who? The woodsman asked Sergeant Bert. No, the Notloc, said Frank. All eight look at Frank. We need to leave, said Sergeant Bert. Why? Asked Maria. The Notloc's back. And he'll head for her. Kevin, is there a place to hide? Asked Sergeant Bert. Yes, follow me, said Kevin. The Notloc goes through a wall. All nine scream. The woodsman walks through the hole in the wall. The Notloc punches the woodsman. The woodsman falls outside. Evil laughter. Guns cocking. The Notloc growls. You dare shoot the Notloc. Now you die. The Notloc walks toward the group. The woodsman sits up, then throws an axe. The axe goes into Notloc's back. The Notloc groans, growls, and then throws the nail bat at the woodsman. Nail bat goes into the woodsman's chest. The Notloc pulls out the axe from his back. The woodsman pulls out nail bat from his chest. Die, said the Notloc. I have an idea. Run, go. I need to do something. Sergeant Bert slowly walks towards the Notloc, then grabs the sword. The Notloc looks, then swings the axe. Sergeant Bert ducks. Thanks for the sword, said Sergeant Bert, running. The Notloc growls, then follows Sergeant Bert. The woodsman follows the Notloc. Bert, over here, said Kenneth. Footsteps walking. Give me my sword or die, said the Notloc, throwing the axe. Kevin moves Sergeant Bert, then gets split in half. Geez. Footsteps walking. The Notloc reaches for the axe, sees Sergeant Bert, growls, and then approaches him. Sergeant Bert shuts the door on Notloc's hand. The Notloc growls. Candace, take the sword and kill him, said Sergeant Bert. Candace grabs the sword. The Notloc looks, then pushes the door open. Sergeant Bert goes over the bed and gets knocked out. Candace Notloc, a descendant of Chloe Notloc. Time to die, said the Notloc. The woodsman appears down the hallway. Door opens. Maria walks out of the room, then screams. Oscar pulls Maria into the room. Shhhhhh, be quiet, said Oscar. The woodsman bangs on the door. Both Maria and Oscar are cowering. The door breaks down. The woodsman walks into the room. Gun cocks. "Hey, nice knowing you," said Frank. Gun fires. The woodsman goes through the window, then slams against the ground. "Is everyone all right? Where's Serg?" asked Vanessa. "Get away from her," said Kenneth, jumping onto Notloc's back. "Stupid boy, get off me," said the Notloc, swinging axe. Candace swings the sword. The sword cuts off Notloc's hand holding the axe. The Notloc growls. Footsteps running. "Guys, get down," said Victoria. The Notloc looks. Guns click. "Uh-oh," said Vanessa. The Notloc laughs. Candace runs toward the Notloc. The Notloc grabs the sword, then kicks Candace into Frank, Vanessa, and Victoria. All three are groaning. "Candace!" Kenneth runs toward Candace. The Notloc clotheslines. "Kenneth!" Kenneth groans. Evil laughter. The Notloc grabs Kenneth by the throat. "Kill me, you piece of shit," said Kenneth, trying to speak. The Notloc squeezes Kenneth's throat. "Kenneth!" Kenneth's neck snaps. "No, you fucker," said Candace. The Notloc throws Kenneth. Sergeant Bert grabs the nail bat. "I'm leaving," said Maria. "Maria, no." "Maria." Maria runs downstairs, bumps into the woodsman, then screams. "Maria, where are you?" Oscar slips on the floor. "Where did this? Oh my God!" Maria is hanging with her intestines hanging out. Oscar walks backwards into the woodsman. "You fucker," said Oscar, swinging his fist. The woodsman grabs Oscar's fist, then snaps his arm. Oscar screams. The group runs downstairs. Oscar crawling. The woodsman steps onto Oscar's back, then swings Nailbat. Nailbat goes into the back of Oscar's head. Footsteps running. Oscar, Maria. Guns cocking. Both Vanessa and Victoria go through the back. "Candace, come with me," said Frank. Sergeant Bert stands up, looks at the Notloc, and then gulps. The Notloc grabs Sergeant Bert by the throat, groans, throws him, and then feels Nailbat in his back. "The woodsman," said the Notloc. The woodsman punches the Notloc. The Notloc falls. The woodsman grabs the Notloc, then throws him in through the window. The Notloc lands on the ground. "Shhhhhh. Stay down." The Notloc stands up. "Stay quiet," whispered Frank. The Notloc looks, then sees both Candace and Frank. "You, time to die," said the Notloc. Guns firing. The Notloc groans. "Cover me," said Victoria, running towards the Notloc. The Notloc swings the sword, then splits Victoria in half. The woodsman jumps out the window, then onto the Notloc. "Vanessa, go around," said Frank. The woodsman throws the Notloc into the woods, then follows. "What are we going to do?" asked Candace. Sergeant Bert groans. "Sergeant Bert, you know the Notloc." "How do we kill him?" asked Frank. "His tomb," said Sergeant Bert. Footsteps walking. "Vanessa, we need to find Notloc's tomb," said Frank. The Notloc punches the woodsman, then throws him into the tree. The woodsman grabs a nailbat, then hits Notloc's chest. The Notloc groans, pulls out a sword, and then cuts the woodsman's arm. "I think it's here," said Sergeant Bert. "Where are they?" asked Vanessa. The Notloc falls onto Vanessa. The woodsman approaches. The Notloc groans. Vanessa screams. The woodsman steps onto Nailbat. Nailbat goes through Notloc's chest into Vanessa's back. Vanessa coughs up blood. Vanessa, what do we do? Asked Candace. Both Candace and Frank are talking. Sergeant Bert walks towards the front of the cave. The woodsman, come on, said Sergeant Bert, running into the cave. The woodsman follows Sergeant Bert. Sergeant Bert stops, sees the tomb, and then opens it. The woodsman grabs a steel pole, then throws it. A steel pole goes through Sergeant Bert's leg. Sergeant Bert screams. Bert, stay here. I'm coming, Bert. Gun cocks. The Notloc sits up, then walks into the cave. Bert, where are you? Asked Frank. The woodsman pulls out a steel pole. Sergeant Bert groans, then spits on the woodsman. The woodsman jams a steel pole into Sergeant Bert's chest. Sergeant Bert gasps. Bert, oh my God. The woodsman looks at Frank. Gun fires. The woodsman groans. Frank walks backwards into the Notloc. The Notloc swings a sword. Frank ducks. The woodsman throws a steel pole. A steel pole goes into Notloc's chest. The Notloc groans, pulls out the steel pole, and then swings the sword. The woodsman ducks, then pushes the Notloc into the tomb. Chains go into the Notloc's body. The Notloc groans. The woodsman walks towards the entrance of the cave. Gun fires. The woodsman groans. Gun clicks. Frank pulls out the magazine. The woodsman grabs a steel pole. Go to hell, said Frank, reloading, then firing the gun. The woodsman walks backwards, then turns around. The sword goes through the woodsman's chest. Woodsman jams a steel pole into Notloc's chest. Chains pull both the Notloc and the woodsman into the tomb. Tomb shuts. Ground shaking. Frank hurry. Rocks falling. The ground continues to shake. The cave door slowly closes. Frank, the door. Frank jumps. The cave door shuts. Frank coughing. You all right? Asked Candace. Yeah, now I have a problem. I don't know how to get back, said Frank. I have an idea. Close your eyes. Think about where you were before. When I count to 10, you'll be in 1986. Frank closes his eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, said Candace, echoing. 1986. Frank opens his eyes. What? I'm back. The time machine is running. Frank turns off the time machine. Thanks for your help, Candace. Be safe, said Frank. 1935. I guess I should leave. Thanks for saving me, Frank, said Candace, walking away. The cave door was stopped by a rock from shutting. The woodsman's hand grabs the door. Evil laughter. The end. The Woodsman vs. the Notloc 2 by Colton Dennis. They're both back. But what happens when they both meet their doom? Will the two maniacs be stopped? 2005. Footsteps walking. Flashlights shine on the tomb. People laughing. We found the tomb. 70 years ago, two people fought each other. They were sealed inside. And now they'll be revived, said Rob. Tire iron gets jammed into the tomb door. Rob struggling. Matt grabs a tire iron. The tomb slowly opens. Rob exhales, then shines a flashlight into the tomb. Where are they? Asked Matt. I don't know, but if they're out, we may be in danger, said Rob. Both Matt and Rob are walking towards the entrance. Evil laughter. Both Matt and Rob stop. You came into the wrong cave. Both Matt and Rob run out of the cave and into the woods, then stop. "That was close," said Matt. Snapping sound. The bear trap closes onto Matt's leg. Matt screams. Rob tries opening the bear trap. Twig snaps. Rob gasps. "I'm sorry, Matt," said Rob, hitting Matt with a flashlight. Matt falls to the ground. Rob runs. Matt groans. Footsteps approach. "Rob, is that you?" asked Matt, looking up. The axe gets raised. Matt screams. Axe decapitates Matt. Rob looks. The woodsman is walking in the distance. Rob walks towards Matt's carcass. "Sorry, bye buddy," said Rob, walking away. 1 week later. People talking. Boys giggling. Sterling shushes the boys, then throws a paper ball. The paper ball hits Gail. Both Gail and Casey look at Sterling. "What?" asked Sterling. "Fuck off, Sterling," said Casey. "Oh, what a mouth on her," said Jacob. Door opens. Cops appear, whisper to the college professor, then walk away. The professor clears his throat. "May I have your attention, class? There was a murder. Matthew Jenkins was killed last week. So, starting today, there will be a curfew for everyone," said Professor 1. Bell rings. People walking. Both Gail and Casey are walking. "I can't wait to get to our dorm," said Casey. "Yeah, what do you think happened with Matt?" asked Gail. Well, they said, he was murdered." "Maybe the killers are here," said Casey, laughing. Footsteps walking. Girls giggling. "Hey man, if you come with me, I'll give you whatever you want," said Prostitute 1. The woodsman swings the axe, then decapitates Prostitute 1. Prostitute 2 screams. The woodsman grabs Prostitute 2's hair, pulls out the pipe, and then jams it into her mouth. "Hey, what's going on?" asked Manager 1. The woodsman swings the axe, then splits Manager 1 in half. The police car stops. "Freeze," said Officer 1. Evil laughter. "You freeze," said the Notloc, appearing behind Officers 1 and 2. "He has a weapon," said Officer 2. "Fire at will," said the sheriff. Guns firing. The Notloc disappears. The woodsman walks away. Door opens. Footsteps walking. "What do you think the killer's name is?" asked Gail. "The knifer," said Casey. Knock on the door. Door opens. "Hey girls, I want to apologize for throwing that paper ball. So, I thought I could take you out," said Sterling. "Only if you pay," said Gail. "That's fair," said Sterling. Footsteps running. Jacob appears. "Sterling, did you hear the maniac attacked 2 prostitutes?" said Jacob. "2, hopefully that maniac ain't around here," said Sterling. All 4 are walking away. Footsteps walking outside. The Notloc sees college, then sniffs. "I smell a family member," said the Notloc. Lighter lights wood. Fire starts. Music playing. Emily dancing. Both Aaron and Sable are kissing. Robert groans. "I'll be back." Robert is walking into the woods. Footsteps walking. Pants unzip. Robert urinates. Twig snaps. Emily. "Who's there?" asked Robert. Rob runs into Robert. Both Rob and Robert are groaning. "Are you all right, kid? Sorry about that." "You alone out here?" asked Rob. "No, me and my friends are up here," said Robert. Where are they? Asked Rob. Over there. Is there something wrong? Asked Robert. Yes, 2 killers are on the loose. We need to leave, said Rob. All right. Twig snaps. Flashlights are shining around. Robert laughs. It's probably one of my friends. Knock it off, guys, said Robert. Light shines on a tree. Both see the pipe sticking out of the tree. Oh no, one's here. We need to get your friends, said Rob, shining a light on Robert. Woodsman appears behind Rob. What? Asked Robert. The woodsman grabs Robert's head and jams it into the pipe sticking out of the tree. Rob runs. The woodsman pulls out the pipe. Music playing. Rob appears. All 4 gasp. Who are you? Asked Nick. I'm Rob. Your friend is dead. We need to leave, said Rob. Nick pulls out the gun, then points it at Rob. Lie again, you sack of shit. Rob gulp. Emily screams. The woodsman appears. Whoa, said Nick. Run, said Rob. Aaron, Emily, and Sable run. The woodsman walks towards both Nick and Rob. Nick cocks the gun. Die, piece of shit, said Nick, firing the gun. The woodsman falls. Come on, said Ron, running. Nick starts walking. The woodsman sits up, then grabs Nick's leg. The gun cocks, then clicks. The woodsman laughs, then swings the axe. Axe cuts off Nick's leg. Ow, help, said Nick. Rob looks. Nick crawling. The woodsman steps onto Nick's back. A bow and arrow appears. The arrow goes into the back of Nick's head. No! Yelled Rob. The woodsman looks. Rob runs. Footsteps walking. 2 medium pizzas. So, Gail, what's new? Asked Sterling. Nothing much. How about you? Asked Gail. Nothing really. Casey, what about you? Asked Sterling. Well, said Casey, being interrupted. People screaming. Cars swerving. What's going on? Asked Sterling. Man 1 points. All 4 look. The Notloc walks, then sees Gail. Gail Notloc, time to die, said the Notloc. He's coming this way, said Jacob. All 4 run inside the building. The door opens, shuts, and then locks. Banging on the door. Who the hell is that? Asked Casey. He must be that maniac, said Jacob. Banging stops. I think he's gone. Stay here. Sterling puts his ear against the door. Nailbat goes through the door. Sterling steps backwards. He didn't leave, said Sterling. The Notloc walks through the door. Run, said Gail. All 4 are running. The Notloc follows. Footsteps running. Stop, everyone stop. You need to leave. All 3 of you. Do you know someone with the last name Smart? Asked Rob. Gail Smart goes to the university. Why? Asked Emily. She's in trouble. I need to find her, said Rob. I could take you to her, said Emily. We better move fast. Here he comes, said Rob. All 4 are running. The woodsman appears. Footsteps approaching. Oh, Gail, I know you're in here. Come on out. I don't like games. The Notloc walks past the cabinet. Thump inside the cabinet. The Notloc stops. Come out, Gail, said the Notloc, swinging the nailbat. Cabinet opens. The Notloc growls. Shadow moves. The Notloc looks. Jacob grabs a knife. The Notloc is walking. Jacob runs, then stabs the Notloc. The Notloc groans. Jacob, said Sterling. Get out of here. I'll handle him, said Jacob. All three are running out of the building. The Notloc grabs Jacob's arm, then flips him. Jacob groans. You messed with the wrong person, said the Notloc swinging Nailbat. Nailbat goes into Jacob's head. The Notloc pulls out the knife, then groans. Footsteps running. Emily sees Gail. There she is, said Emily. Gail! Yelled Rob, running towards Gail. Sterling sees Rob. Whoa, what do you want? Asked Sterling. I need to talk to her. She's in danger, said Rob. She's already in danger, said Sterling. Gail, you can't escape me, said the Notloc. Notloc, everyone behind me, said Rob. The Notloc approaches the group. All seven are walking backwards. Emily looks. The Woodsman appears. We have another problem, said Emily. All seven look. I have an idea. Both the Notloc and the Woodsman get closer to the group, then swing their weapons. Move! Yelled Rob. All seven move. Both the axe and the nailbat collide. Woodsman, get out of my way, said the Notloc, pushing the Woodsman. The Woodsman jams a pipe into Notloc's back. The Notloc swings the nailbat. Nailbat hits the Woodsman's face. The Woodsman falls. The Notloc swings the nailbat continuously. Woodsman's face gets smashed. All seven run. Notloc smiles. Now, to you, Gail, said the Notloc, walking away. Footsteps running. Everyone stop. Where are we going? Asked Rob. All seven shrug their shoulders. I have some questions. First, who are you? Asked Sterling. My name is Robert Rob Dixon, said Rob. Second, who were they? Asked Sterling. The one who looks like a hunter. He's the Woodsman. The other one, who's after her, is known as the Notloc, said Rob. I heard of him. He goes after family members, said Sterling. Why? Asked Gail. So I could be the last one. And no one will kill me, said the Notloc. The Woodsman's foot twitches, his face heals, and he sits up. I have an idea. Run, said Rob. All seven run. Aaron trips. Sable grabs Aaron's arm. Aaron, come on, said Sable. The Notloc approaches, then laughs. Get away from us, said Aaron. The Notloc swings the nailbat. The axe goes into Notloc's back. The Notloc falls. The Woodsman appears. Thank you, said Sable. The Woodsman pulls out the pipe and jams it into Sable's chest. Aaron stands up, then runs at Woodsman. Woodsman pulls out the pipe, then jams it into Aaron's stomach. Aaron gasps. Rob sees the construction yard. Hurry, this way, said Rob. All five are running. The Woodsman looks, then follows. What are we doing here? Asked Gail. I got a plan, said Rob. Gate opens. All five are running. Rob stops, sees two steamrollers, and then runs towards them. What are you doing? Said Sterling. Get that steamroller. You three go up the building. We're going to pour some cement, said Rob. The Woodsman appears. All three run toward the elevator. Casey trips. Casey, come on, said Gail. Casey runs. Axe splits Casey in half. All four gasp. Both Emily and Gail go up the elevator. Steamrollers start, then drive. The Notloc jumps onto the Woodsman. Both the Notloc and the Woodsman are fighting. Steamrollers block both the Notloc and the Woodsman. Sterling gets out of the steamroller. Rob gets out, then gets stuck in cement. "Rob," said Sterling. "Go, pour the cement," said Rob. The Woodsman punches the Notloc, then sees Rob. Rob struggling. The Woodsman grabs Rob, then swings the axe. Axe cuts off Rob's leg. Rob screams. "Rob," said Sterling inside the building. "Pour the cement," said Rob. The Notloc grabs the pole, sneaks up behind the Woodsman, then jams the pole into his back. Pole goes into Rob's chest. Rob gasps. The Notloc raises the pole with both Rob and the Woodsman, then loses grip. The pole goes into Notloc's chest. All three fall. "Pour the cement," said Sterling. Cement gets poured onto Notloc, Rob, and the Woodsman. The elevator comes down. Door opens. All three are walking. "I guess it's over," said Sterling. "Yeah," said Emily. Gail feels for her necklace. "Hey, I dropped my necklace." "I'll be back," said Gail, walking towards steamrollers, sees the necklace, then grabs it. The Notloc grabs Gail's arm, then laughs. Gail screams. The end.